I'm State Senator Mike Chapman from the 24th Legislative District. It's a large district on the north. It's basically the North Olympic Peninsula, stretches from the Hood Canal Bridge all across the top end of the Olympic Peninsula and all the way down to ocean shores. Represent all of Clallam, all of Jefferson, and about 2/3 of Grays Harbor County. My first year here in the State Senate, I'm honored to be chairing the Senate Agricultural and Natural Resource Committee. And so a lot of my focus, it will be in the natural resource and agricultural arena to make sure that our farmers have a fair shake, that they're able to grow the crops that we want to eat and that they can get those crops to market and that they feel like they have folks in the legislature who will support their efforts. Obviously, the North Olympic Peninsula is home to, huge amounts of public lands. We have public timber, we have shellfish harvesting, we have salmon and salmon recovery efforts, we have the outer coast. And so the natural resource area which generates the bulk of our private sector jobs on the North Olympic Peninsula is so important. And so I always want to make sure that, again, folks know that they have a fair shake, that they have the opportunity to engage in the kind of work that they want to engage. They can bring their goods and food to market. And I think Washington, I think people may not realize, but we're a leader in so many agricultural products, and we're a leader in seafood, and we export so much of our food products. And so I represent 3 ports that are active, 2 are active in exporting. And that's also a huge economic driver. And in the rural areas, we really do try to focus on job growth, job retention, and then spurring new opportunities to our rural economic climate. I read a lot. Obviously we read a lot in this job, but you can only read legislation for so long and bill reports. And after session, I usually pick up maybe I've got a couple books that are still on my bookshelf from Christmas. I try to read. I take hikes, camp, enjoy where I live. I live on the North Olympic Peninsula, and there's so many opportunities to recreate. And also the job. The job continues. Constituents need services. There are meetings to meet with on the local level. And so to a degree, it's kind of a second half of the job. But yeah, anytime I can enjoy the outdoors, if I get a chance to go fishing or hiking, camping, I'm going to take every opportunity to enjoy where I live. As someone once said, those of us who live on the peninsula, we live where other people come to recreate. So take advantage of the recreational opportunities as much as possible.